헝가리로 적었는데 아닌
What
것
do you
같아요.
think? Any guesses? Nothing. Okay. Germany or Austria.
오, 알프레도. Sorry.
Okay, let's go with number 2.
Korea.
Let's see. Korea, you're right.
예.
Go with number 3. This was tricky. This was a difficult one. Also because the picture is black and white, so it's complicated.
어디?
Yes.
폴란드. 야, 어렵네.
Okay, this one's
Ireland.
not that difficult.
아일랜드.
Okay? Let's see. The Greek of Ireland.
아일랜드.
Number 5.
Japan.
What did you write?
Japan.
Japan?
Yes.
Yes. Now this one, 2
Thailand.
different answers.
Thailand.
Two different
Thailand.
countries. What did you write?
Thailand.
What guesses? Sorry? Indonesia. Anything else?
Thailand.
Sorry? Bali. Cambodia
Oh?
or Indonesia? Both.
타일랜드 아닌가? 멕시코.
That's easy, right?
멕시코.
Give it away.
태국이 아니었구나.
Mexico,
아,
yes.
많이 틀렸네. 어차피 기대 안 했습니다. 계속 어려워서요.
Number 8.
저는 이거를 뭘로 적었냐면 폴란드로 적었는데.
A Nordic country.
노르딕이야? 스위든?
Sweden.
스위든?
Norway.
아, 노르웨이구나. 네.
Number 9.
Scotland.
That was easy.
스코틀랜드.
Kilt.
스코틀랜드.
Yes.
예.
Scotland. Who got it right here? Yeah. Next.
아,
The
이거는
last one.
페루.
Peru.
페루. 오,
Any other
페루.
guesses? Not Peru.
어?
Colombia, no.
너.
Bolivia, no.
파나마. 어렵네.
Okay, in a few minutes we'll see who's the winner.
저는 올라가겠습니다. 팀 게임 하러 가야 됩니다.
Road Town is the capital. Road comes from roadstead because it was a sort of a, not a port, but sort of a natural sheltered place. Although now it looks
다행히
very
많이 늦진
different.
않은 것 같습니다.
It's sort of a horseshoe-shaped sort of bay, and there were 2 islands to the left and to the right. They were called Wickman Cay and Little Wickman Cay. Well, the 2 islands have been connected to the mainland to have more space, so they're not islands anymore. And one of them, the one to the left of the bay, if you look at it from the sea, is now where the cruise terminal is. It's got 2 piers. Now there's only 1 cruise ship in that picture. And so it's very easy. Basically, you get off from the pier and you start walking towards the land. And then the center, sort of the center is going to be to your left. So the right part that you see behind the ship is not as interested as the other one. As you walk down and you sort of finish the pier, there's an area that is called Pier Park. That's an area with shops and restaurants and cafes. You have to walk through that, and then once you finish this little area that you can't miss because you have to walk through that, there's like a parking over there, and that's the place where you'll find taxis and sort of minivan. They put also other people together if you decided to go on your own. As I said before, in this island there is, apart from walking around in Road Town, which is small, definitely, most of the nice beaches, is that what you're looking for, are on the northern part. I have a map afterwards, I'll show you. And so you have sort of to move out here. There's a lot of interesting tours offered by MSC. Some of them are beaches and snorkeling. Some of them are around the island on a boat, which is also very nice because you get a chance to see a few more islands. And one we're going to talk in a minute goes to the one that is called Virgin Gorda. That's the biggest island with this place that is called the Baths. That's probably one of the most famous of the British Virgin Islands. It's situated, and we're going to go over that. So this is a little marina that you've got over there in Road Town. And then as you walk towards the main street, which is sort of on your left-hand side, you have these houses that look old, but they're not. There've been too many hurricanes, and so most of the sort of older-looking buildings are actually relatively recent. Again, this island at St. Martin, 2017, Hurricane Irma hit very strongly, and a lot of the buildings were actually destroyed. So they were sort of rebuilt the old style with this colorful facade, but I would say the majority of them are not original. One of the oldest building of the island that was unfortunately destroyed at the beginning of the 1900s and by another hurricane is the old governor's house. Is a little bit, again, to the left, sort of towards the sea, is now a museum of the history and the population of the islands and of Tortola especially. This was rebuilt a few times in the 1900s. I think the last one is parts are definitely recent, but it's a nice building and shows you a little bit the story of what happened in the island. So that's sort of the only sort of historical building that you have around here. So let's have a look at the beaches. There's a few of them in the southern part, but most of the well-known ones are in the northern part. I'll mention a few of them. So the very popular one that everybody, if you decide to go on your own, will offer to take you is this one. It's called Cane Garden Bay, and it's over here. Very next to it, to the north of it, you got Brewer's Bay. That's the one that I read is sort of a little bit more specialized in snorkeling, surfing, so you can rent stuff over there if that's what you're interested. The Smuggler's Cay, whoop, sorry, wrong one. Where's my pointer? Why is it? There it is. Smuggler's Cay, that's the one at the very extreme point over here. I've been told it's a little bit harder to reach. The reason is because Mount Sage is in the middle. You see it here, that's the area of the mountain that we mentioned. So if you look at this is Ridge Road, which sort of runs east to west. We mentioned it before. And then there are a couple of roads that go down here, but there's nothing here. So it's sort of adventurous to get there, but there are a lot less people than in this area. So the problem of Cane Garden Bay might be of being crowded if there's more than a cruise ship, maybe. Brewer's Bay, and the other one, which is on the other side, that's Long Bay, it's probably considered one of the, although they basically look very similar, but Long Bay that is up here is considered to be like the most beautiful white sand. So there's a few choices over there, and also the MSC offers you a few choices. One is for sure to go to Cane Garden Bay, but then there's another one, they take you to another beach, I don't remember which one. And then if you go on Cane Garden Bay, then you can come down the other road, which is Zion Road over here, and just drive a sort of, not east to west, but down south. And so this is about, do you remember we talked about Francis Drake yesterday? This is dedicated to Sir Francis Drake. That's a channel that takes his name, is the one that the Buccaneers used, so they were hiding in this base in the southern part and attack the ships that were coming through Francis Drake Channel. So here's a few pictures of Cane Garden Bay. Sugar cane was the common thing over here after, and also when cotton was the big thing, and there's still some sugar cane in the back of the island. This is how they look like. They're sort of narrow. You have the palm trees and the vegetation right behind you. But in most of the beaches, if not all of them, at least the ones that we mentioned, you can always rent an umbrella and 2 chairs, and there's always places to have food and drink. So you're not really in the middle of nowhere abandoned to yourselves, that's for sure. So the Ridge Road, that's the one that, as I said, crosses. There's a beautiful view when you get up to the sea, to the rest of the island, to what is underneath, and also to Jostvandik Island, like in this case. Smuggler's Cove, that's the one at the very end, all the way to the left, all the way west. That's the one that is a little bit more difficult to get to in terms of the driving. And this is Long Bay Beach. They seem really empty, but usually there's somebody there. I don't know what time they took these pictures. Brewers Bay, that's the one of the snorkeling and the renting of the equipment that you can go. Is just on the side to the north of the cane of the other one. And on that one also, the coral reef, which I forgot to mention, is sort of far away. So sometimes it's very close, so that you feel not very safe, and the ground, it's hard to walk. But that's very far, so there's actually a very long distance between beach and the coral reef, so it's perfectly safe to swim. This is Anegada. That's the island that on the map was far away at the north. It's the only one that is not volcanic. So all the others I forgot to mention maybe are volcanic islands. This is the one made of corals, basically, and limestone. It's a little bit further away to be reached. It is apparently very beautiful, very wild as well. Virgin Gorda. Virgin Gorda in Spanish means fat virgin. So the idea was that Christopher Columbus, when he went on the island, he thought he was looking like a fat woman laying down. Now, I don't know what he had to drink, but I tried all the possible perspective, and it's like, do you see a fat woman laying down?
No.
I don't. Yes. Somebody said, where's the head? Like, oh, right at the top? Oh, like these are the knees? Is this it? The knees, that's the head, and this is the feet. Oh, okay. Well, so the fat lady is there. This is a very beautiful island. Is the third biggest one after Tortola and Anegada, which means submerged or drowned in Spanish. So this is the place. It's very relatively close, maybe 30 to 40 minutes on a boat to get to Virgin Gorda. And there's a very famous place over here that is called the Baths. I'm going to show you, this is what it is. So it's basically a large beach where you have this very, very big stones that fell on the volcanic layers. This is granite actually, and they formed like pools and tunnels and caves. So it's a very, very well-known place to go. It's one of the most famous. And then you have sort of all these tunnels. The rocks are really huge. And then at some point you can go down to a place that is called Devil's Bay. It's a little bit hard to get there. You have to go some steps and holding onto a rope, and then you get to this little cave that is really, really beautiful. But this is one of the most famous places on the British Virgin Islands and in Tortola. Well, coming from Tortola. It's about, as I said, maybe 30, 40 minutes. This is the island that takes the name from Joost van Dyck. It was the Dutch privateer and then pirate that went there for the first time. He tried to be in both islands at some point. He stayed there for a very long time. He and his crew at some point decided to grow tobacco on the island and then sell it to the sailors. So that was their job for a little while. He went back and forth from the island that gets his name and Tortola, and is one of the most famous characters of the island. This is how it looks like. So you see it's very, very steep, the coast, and usually when the coast is so steep you don't have large sandy beaches, you have rocky beaches, but this is not the case. So a lot of products in the islands that can be bought as usual, you know, a mixture of sort of European and Caribbeans. There's some little stores where you can try things. Rum is, of course, one of the most sold products. and this is a very particular fruit, soursop. It's a mixture between a lot of things. It tastes like a pineapple, strawberry, apple, but more of a citrus one. So let me just check on my notes if I forgot something about the practical things that I wanted to tell you. I think that's about it. So it's about 15 minutes to get to, once you go through the pier, through that sort of park that we mentioned with all the stores and restaurants, and then you finally get sort of on the promenade, and then the main street of the town will be just parallel to the sea, just behind, and it's simply called Main Street. So by the sea you have this sort of promenade where the old government house is, and that's about it. Then always to the left, so the pier where we're docking is already to the left of the town. Always to the left, there's also the place where the sort of the public ferries for the islands leave. With our limited time, I would go to Anegada, but Virgin Gorda is definitely something that you can do. The tours there are really many of them. I asked to the guys in the excursion office, they're offering a lot of different choices, from the tour of the island to snorkeling to the boat tour, the tour to Virgin Gorda and the baths area, and then 4x4. There's really a large variety, so if it's a group of friends and you'd rather be on your own, but if maybe it's just two of you, just go and check it out. I'm sure there's something that is interesting. Also, the boat tour between the islands and getting off in one of them, and the snorkeling in the lower island. I think that's about it. Yes, taxis are available. I checked the fares more or less, because the distance is more or less the same when you're down there to go east or west. Around $25 to go to one of the beaches at the north, and then in the main ones you have all of the taxis that are going to take you back, of course. In the smaller ones, maybe you want to make an agreement with the taxi driver after a little while and take you back, or you could just decide to have just a tour of the island and along the ridge road over to the peak of Mount Stage. I think that's all. Also, you can rent. I checked, as I said, umbrellas and chairs over there. Prices are, around $10 to $15 at the most for the whole day. So I think that's it for.
In one ear. Quante ossa ci sono in un orecchio?
저는 빵이라고 했는데 5개래요.
Any guesses?
3?
7, 0, 3.
제로.
Correct answer is 3.
오, 3구나. 3.
Anvil, hammer and syrup.
So, number 2. What was the first Disney movie to be directed by a woman?
But I put
The first Disney movie to be directed by a woman. Il primo film
옆에
Disney
알프레도는 다 아는데도 틀렸어요.
Quello del ghiaccio, e come si chiama?
Il regno del ghiaccio.
Il regno del ghiaccio, non si chiama così. They say
아, 얘는 틀렸어요. 아, 틀렸어. 스테파니는 틀렸어.
number 2 then?
Okay.
Number 2.
Number 3.
Number 2. What was number 2?
Number 2 was what was the first Disney movie to be directed by a woman? Correct answer was Frozen.
Frozen.
Frozen. If you
아,
didn't remember the name of the movie and you said something around like Kingdom of Ice, something like this, it was the one about the ice. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
프로즌이야.
It's relatively new.
다 틀리고 있죠?
Okay, we go. Number 3, the question about tennis was a little bit harder. How many minutes was the
저는
longest
115분으로 적었습니다.
in the history of tennis? Quindi quanti minuti era il punto più lungo registrato nella storia del
엄청
tennis?
길었을 것 같아요.
Do we have any guesses?
11 ore
12,
e 5 minuti.
10 hours? No. Any guesses? Another guess? 35? Oh, just 24, 24, just 29. 29
29분이야. 어차피 틀렸어요. 29. Very short. I think.
Question
Yeah.
number 4. How many time zones? How many time zones does China have?
One.
One. China is a very big country, but it only has one time zone. Anche se è un paese molto grande, in Cina c'è solamente un fuso orario.
중국은 하나예요.
Okay, number 5, we're halfway. Where did the first human civilization live? Where did the first human civilization live?
아,
Where?
스페인. 스페인.
Mesopotamia, correct answer.
아, 메소포타미아로 적었는데.
Iraq, you know, it's actually more than
cave
Iraq, so
cave drawing was Spain.
Quindi la risposta corretta è
Mesopotamia, right?
Mesopotamia. Se qualcuno ha scritto Iraq, ce la diamo bene perché
Came drawing France.
France? No, Spain? Altamira? No?
Number 6.
Uh-huh.
Just like fingerprints, what other part of the body has a unique print to it?
I.
Eyes or the nose? No, something else?
Footprint?
Di fronte. Gli occhi? No, non sono gli occhi, non è il naso. The correct answer was the tongue.
tongue? 아, 혀야?
Just like the fingers, also the tongue, it has a print. And it's unique to everybody. Quindi anche, come dire, anche la lingua ha un'impronta che è unica.
야, 이건 어려웠다, 너무.
Number 7, what was the name of Simba's father? In the movie,
I don't know. 레오로 적었어요, 그냥. 어?
Simba si chiamava Mufasa.
무파사?
Questa è
아,
Number
무파사.
8. So, what color are aircraft black boxes?
레드. Red.
Orange, red,
Red.
arancione.
Orange.
Nobody said black? No?
No.
And you were correct because they're not black, they're orange.
아, 오렌지구나. 레드가 아니고.
Number 9, you want to say it? What is the biggest technology company of South Korea?
삼숭.
Samsung. Quindi l'azienda più grande di tecnologia in Corea è la Samsung.
네, 또 한국에 대한 문제가 나와서. 네.
Number 10, the last
제가 대답을
question
해줬죠?
is, what is the name of the biggest ocean?
Pacific.
Biggest ocean?
Pacific.
Pacific Ocean.
이건 쉬웠죠? 저는 뭐 1등 못하니까 올라가서 네, 이제 또 게임에 참여하도록 하겠습니다.
Abbiamo un vincitore. was, what musical instrument is considered to be a symbol of Ireland?
harp.
Harp. Very good.
예, harp입니다. harp.
Okay, number 2 is, which sign of the zodiac is represented by a crab?
Cancer.
Answer. Correct answer. Number 3 is, what is the largest country that has 0 active volcanoes?
India.
No.
Australia.
Canada, no.
Australia.
Russia, no. Again,
Australia.
correct answer is Brazil.
Brazil.
Brazil has 0 active volcanoes.
아, 브라질이 화산이 없는 제일 큰
What
나라구나.
style of dance was the Moulin Rouge famous for?
Burlesque.
Another one?
캔캔. 아,
Okay, what is a dance? Okay.
물랭루즈를 알았지만 캉캉은 몰랐는데 알프레도가 알려줬습니다.
Question
알프레도.
number 5. How many chambers does the human heart have?
4개죠, 4개.
4. This was easy. Science teacher.
예. 사이언스 티처가 저기 있구나.
Next question. What European city in which European city we have the headquarters of Prada and Versace?
밀란. 밀란.
Very good. That was also easy. Okay, we move on. Next question. Which US state has the longest coastline?
알래스카.
No, Alaska. Well, forget about it. It's okay. Question number 8. What is the best-selling brand of Dutch beer?
하이네켄.
Look
하이네켄.
around. You have it. You have it right in front of your eyes.
예, 하이네켄.
Number 9. What animal holds hand while sleeping? Otters. Or sea otters. It's the same. Whichever one you put, will sea otters. And last question is, what part of the body produces vitamin D?
스킨.
The skin. Oh,
많이 맞췄어요, 그래도.